Hello and welcome to our inventory update here. We are looking at crude oil inventories, which have just come across the wires. And what we're looking at is crude oil inventories rose by 2.4 million barrels. Obviously down from that, the couple of big prints that we've had, pretty much in line, estimated at 2.7 million. Cushing crude oil inventories declined by 624,000, and gasoline inventories, a slight build there, 472,000. Distillate, slight build, 255,000. So that's just, I think the build in distillates and gasoline inventories just putting a bit of pressure on the market, and we're just seeing crude prices just come off a touch in the last couple of minutes or so. We've got NYMEX crude trades around about 64.20 kind of level, 64.25 there. Obviously, what we've been looking at earlier today was the EIA data saying that no super cycle expected for oil, but oil demand not to pick up until 2023 at 2019 levels. You do have at the moment this slight flip into contango here between April and May, just signaling a slightly looser market than maybe the backwardation that we've seen all the way out till across the longer curve. That backwardation has pointed to a tighter market, but just that flip into the contango just suggests that in near term at least we've got a bit of a build in inventories, and that's really what the EIA was saying earlier today. That just probably comes down to the fact that there's a lot of excess oil created by shut-ins in the US with the big freeze Arctic weather. So it's been an interesting one really for oil prices. We can find, I'm on the Reuters platform here, so we can look at crude oil futures contracts up here. But it's a slight build in inventories, nothing too major. Prices still looking pretty solid above the 60, sort of $63, $64 mark, but just coming into a bit of pressure with these inventory numbers, and we'll look to see whether or not really the IEA report had enough in it to dent sentiment. We have seen this like top happen here in the pricing. Brent in a similar position, really with a bit of a topping formation just above 70, just signs that maybe the market thinks 70 was a point to sell. But I think that's maybe more like a near-term pullback, and we still remain in this broad uptrend here. So price is a bit weaker this afternoon. Remember, it's Fed meeting coming up at 6 o'clock GMT. So that's one to watch out for. And that's it for me for the moment. That's your update. So US crude oil inventories actual 2,396,000. So that's 2.4 million against expectations of 2.7 million.